Hey guys, Airsoft Owl. Just wanted to take a quick minute here to basically say we have a Patreon now. We are trying to raise a good bit of money to actually help with future projects, such as mod guides, gaming videos, reviews, a few other things. And let's face it, this crappy little laptop here, while yes, is doing good, it's not exactly the best. So, if you guys could, please either go to the link up here or go to the link down below. Cat? This cat. This cat, I swear, just... Anyway, as I was saying, either go to the bubble up here or go to the link down below and please donate. We could use the money and we could actually use the support. So, enjoy the video. Hey guys, Airsoft Owl here, and the other day I was looking at my Thompson here, which, it's a beautiful gun, it really is. It's got that classic, good, American design that's just, so good. I just made it weird, didn't I? Anyway, I was looking at this, and I was thinking, you know what, there's no way in hell anyone could try and make a modern design out of this, unless they're Red Jacket and/or Game First. But no one can actually do a proper design. So, it got me thinking, what guns, and I'm talking old guns, actually got a proper update? And when I mean proper update, I mean an actual good, legitimate, updated design, ergonomics, and features that actually do make it good today. So, yeah. Fuck it, we'll do a top 5 list. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Airsoft Owl's Top 5 Old Guns That Got a Good Update. Or however the title is down below, I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into number 5. Since its introduction into the post-war Germany, the MG3 was it is basically a old gun updated to modern standards. That modern standard being that it just fires a 7.62x51 NATO, as does the M14 and a few others, but we'll get to that in a little bit. In my opinion, this is a good example of taking something old and doing very little to it to try and make it fit into the modern world. And as to what my fond memories of this was, or how I know of the MG3, well, I'll point to Battlefield 1, Battlefield Bad Company and Bad Company 2. This gun is a fucking beast in the multiplayer scene, and it is an amazing gun. Would I love to see this in Airsoft? Yes, I would actually, considering that the MG3 doesn't use a wood stock, it uses mostly more lighter components, more or less. It's just, well, an MG42 body, but more lighter, much more comparable to modern standards, and fires 7.62. So yeah, I would love to see this in Airsoft, and honestly, we got more to go. Yeah, from here on out, you're basically going to be getting a lot of mix of video games and possible Airsoft content if I'm not lazy and actually just try and mix the two. Back to the list. Well, yes, number 5 was indeed really good. It ain't got nothing compared to the classic Americana that is number 4. America, fuck yeah! Now this is a good example of basically a tried and true mechanical wonder that still works to this day. The M14 is basically, well, the updated version of the M1 Garand from the magazine, which spawned off the Winchester magazine-fed M1 Garand, which, if you don't know what that is, go look it up on ForgottenWeapons.com. That's an awesome website for a lot of forgotten weapons. Either way, M14, since being introduced in the 50s, is a tried and true gun. It is still being used to this day. Granted, it had a hiatus after Vietnam, but then was pulled out and dusted off for the Gulf War. But sadly, it's no longer a battle rifle. It is now designated marksman's rifle, or DMR, even some high caliber sniper variants. But in reality, if you look at the modern M14s with all the tack rails, all that good tactical jazz, it's still the M14. It's still the M1 Garand. And everything that spawned off of it, the Ruger Mini 14, the M1 Carbine, all these little guns still use the M1 Garand action, which is a tried and true mechanical, well, it just works, basically. And yes, we do have this in Airsoft, and I've owned an M14 AEG by SEMA, and it was a pretty good gun. I've even got to shoot the Real Steel, and I'll tell you now, the Real Steel M14 is amazing. It's a wonderful, nice little rifle. It's great. Where I know this gun from is from Battlefield Bad Company 2's Vietnam DLC expansion, and I loved this gun. To death I do.
Number 4 is American, so let's keep on going American with number 3.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah, freedom is the only.
Okay, maybe I went a little overboard with Gun Jesus, but either way, the 1911 is one of those guns that, to this day, it doesn't matter if you put a tack rail on it, doesn't matter what you do with it, doesn't do anything, it doesn't matter what you do to this gun, it's still a 1911. 100 years of tried and true mechanical genius. And to be fair, the updates to this gun are minor. I mean, yeah, you can have a double barrel version, you can add tack rail to it, all that good jazz. To be fair, the 1911 is probably the best fucking gun you're going to have as an updated gun. And we have one in Airsoft. A lot of them, actually. Good God! And where I know this gun from, well, besides Battlefield 1942, of course, also Bad Company and Bad Company 2. I love this little pistol. It is a fun gun to have. And honestly, I'm okay with it, but I really do suck when it comes to pistols in Bad Company 2. I really do. But, hey, that's how it is. Also, Gun Jesus followers, sound off in the comments section. I need to know how many of you are actually Gun Jesus and how many of you actually own a Glock. Because you're blasphemers! Glock is the best gun of all! No questions asked.
Number 2, in Soviet Russia, HCAR. Yeah, you know what's coming in number 2. Let's get on to it.
Be a little bit more specific when it comes to the AK, all AK variants really. The AK-47, since introduced in 1947, has set a precedent for a very well-made gun. One that can withstand fucking anything. The only way you're stopping an AK-47 is run over with a tank, and even that's pretty rare. But outside of that, the AK-47 in, well, the AK platform in Airsoft is plentiful, and I actually know a guy who owns an AK, but I'm going to get to him in a second. The AK-47 has been updated, but because of its classic look, really, it works with the well, some do work with the updates, and others really don't work with the updates. It just comes down to personal preference. I personally think that the AK updates work with it. I like the idea of putting maybe a small tack rail on the top of the front handguards. That way you actually can put a little red dot on there. I like the idea of putting a sight mount on the side of it. That way you can have a scope. And really, there's not a lot I can say about it outside of it's a really good-looking gun. It's a sexy-looking gun. It's basically the, I'm not going to say Ferrari of the firearms world. I am going to say Airsoft, though. Well, not Airsoft. I really don't know how to compare this to vehicles, but it really is a good gun. And of course, I know this gun from Battlefield Bad Company's Vietnam DLC and Bad Company 2. And as for the guy I mentioned before, well, he lives in Texas. Scott Slade Hollenbeck of US Airsoft actually has a couple AKs, but one of them he actually did, he made from Black Ops, basically. A loadout he did in Black Ops 1. And that's how it is.
And finally, number 1.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah, freedom is...
Okay, admit it, how many of you actually guessed this one? The HCAR is a modern update to the BAR, the BAR, the Browning Automatic Rifle, the Jap Stopper. Just a 30-06 slinging mad gun. And the modern update is actually, in my opinion, done justice. The HCAR is still 30-06, it's full auto, it still has the retainability of all the, basically the goodness of the BAR, but in a modern update. And I like this. I like the idea of taking a gun that is very powerful, very robust, good at what it does, and only doing small bits and pieces to it. Yes, it's got a retractable stock. Yes, it has tactical rails. Yes, it has flip-up iron sights. Yes, it can take all your tactical accessories, but still has the reliability, the firepower, and basically the precision of the BAR. Would I love to see an HCAR and Airsoft? Oh, you bet your ass. But the way I know this gun is from Battlefield Hardline, from my buddy letting me play a couple rounds on his Xbox, but really I didn't care for, well, the game all that much. Now, with Battlefield 1 coming out, well, Battlefield 1 being out, we now have the glory of the BAR again, and I'm happy to see that.
Thank you guys for watching. I am pretty happy that I actually did this. This was actually a lot of fun to do. And if you guys have a top 5 idea that you would like me to do, and or otherwise, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, I've been Airsoft Al, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, please do go to the Patreon link down below or at the end screen. Consider donating to our Patreon to help support the channel, and maybe even get a Patreon-sponsored video. And as always, guys, I've been Airsoft Al, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time. God damn it, I gotta do it. America! Okay, I'm good.